So, two major crossovers announced from Dynamite today, and I'm going to do two separate videos on them, just talking about my thoughts on the whole deal. So, firstly, we got this crossover between Vampirella and Army of Darkness. Now, first off, I think it's really funny that we have a crossover between Vampirella and Army of Darkness, because when you think about it, Army of Darkness and Vampirella are the two go-to things they usually cross over with several different properties in Dynamite. I mean, think about it. How many crossovers have you seen with Dynamite from Dynamite Comics involving Vampirella and the Army of Darkness comics? Seriously, there's a lot. I still have to go find that / Army of Darkness crossover because damn it, I really want to read it. Also, I want to check out speaking of also with Vampirella, I really want to check out that crossover between they had with Vampirella and Dark Shadows. Yeah, they did a crossover with Dark Shadows. I know. Anyway, so anyway, the story of the story behind this crossover is apparently that this is going to take place during the events of Army of Darkness, and Ash is still in the past, in the 12th century, and runs across Vampirella, who's also looking for the Necronomicon, and hilarity ensues. Now, if you guys know Ash, then you know, and you also know, obviously, how Vampirella looks. This is probably going to be a field day for our favorite hero. That he is going to have nothing but nice things to say. I can't even finish that sentence. You know he's going to be just completely coming on to her, thanks to that costume she wears. But I think this is really cool. Again, I haven't really read a lot of Vampirella. I've read, I actually do have a crossover between her and the Darkness, and there have been some really interesting crossovers of her in the past, but I've never really, gotten into that character. I do know she's like a vampire from space, and that's about it. She's never really been a character I've been interested in, but I know a lot of people. She's like a fan favorite character and one of Dynamite's golden girls, and that will probably be more relevant when I get into the crossover they've also announced in the next video. But anyway, among other things, I think this is really cool. They do kind of make sense, because it does make sense for this crossover, because Vampirella is this shock horror type comic, and Army of Darkness also plays with that strength as well. They both it's kind of complementing when you think about it. Both these stories very much complement one another when you really come down to it. It's a very it's a thought-out idea, and I'm surprised no one thought about it up until this point in time. But, what else did I want to say about it? Actually, not much else, really. So, really excited to see this crossover, and, you know what? Rather than do two separate videos, let's actually talk about the second one. Let's actually talk about the next crossover. Yeah, rather than do two separate videos, because I really don't have a lot to say on... Well, actually, I have a few things to say on this, but in conclusion about the other one, yeah, interested in the Vampirella Army of Darkness crossover. I'll check it out if I can. But this I'm very interested about, because Dynamite's treating this more like an event. They're treating this as one big crossover event, kind of like how they did Masks and also the Prophecy series, where they had all the Dynamite characters together in this, that Ron Mars put together as like a huge event. So this one's going to be called Swords of Sorrow. Now, Swords of Sorrow is apparently going to be an all-female character team-up from all the female characters from Dynamite Universe, and it's going to be written by all the female writers in the... under Dynamite. Yeah, all the female writers under Dynamite, headed by Gail Simone, which I think is really cool. I think it's really cool that they're doing this huge event, just this big girls-only event, and using all their... Because Dynamite really likes to have their female characters. I mean, and here you can see that it's going to be... From what I understand, it's the story of Swords of Sorrow. It's going to be this big event where everyone where all these female characters are searching for these blades, and it takes place throughout all of time and space. Really interesting, and it's going to focus on several characters throughout each history teaming up with each other to find them. As you can see in this picture right here, we got the Queen of Mars, Deja Thrones, teaming up with Irene Adler, who is, for those who don't know, the Catwoman to Sherlock Holmes' Batman. Yeah, she's kind of like, she's pretty much Sherlock Holmes' girlfriend slash master thief. Like I said, pretty much Catwoman in this series. There's also going to be Lady Zorro teaming up with Miss Fury, I think. There's so many characters. Again, I think Vampirella's in this this team up, along with, really curious to see Lady Zorro. That's a first. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. But yeah, there's going to be a ton of their female characters at their disposal that they're going to be using for this crossover, which, again, I think is really cool. And again, the fact that Gail Simone, one of my favorite writers, is going to be heading this is nothing short of interesting. So, you guys tell me, what do you all think of this crossover, Swords of Sorrow, and Vampirella and Army of Darkness crossing over? Just comment below, let me know what you guys think, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.